Yes, yes, get on with your company art. Hello everyone, this is Sam. Mr. Sam, no fancy host name the third. Kyle's not here today. Let's just get that right out of the way. Kyle is not going to be joining me regularly from here on out, as that is no longer particularly easy to do, given our housing situation. However, I may still have people on, and I can probably play games for you, and maybe make some friends, and get all of my my wonderful, horrible, jaded self up on your YouTube screen. So let's get this started. This is Summon Night Swordcraft Story. This is a game that I played on the GBA, and it's alright. I'm not going to say it's a great game, but if you've got a GBA, and you've got this game, and you are 8 years old, you are probably very happy. Until you get to this screen. I'm not really sure what's going on with his headband, but it certainly doesn't serve a function given the fact that it looks pretty solid metal with a leather strap, and there appears to be some excess hay sticking out of the side of his head. For that reason, I will play as this character. Now, this is one of many games from the GBA Super Nintendo style of pixel graphics that nowadays just looks like a dime-a-dozen game made in RPG Maker. Cunningly, though, they had the good sense to release this game before anyone with two hands and a pulse could do it. So, bonus points. The main plot of this game, it keeps a lot of balls in the air. I'll give it that. This character is trying to become a master fighty man and also sharp thing maker, and Mother is going through a catastrophe trying to get our attention. Because at this point in the game, we're actually not a Summon Knight, I guess, is the official title. Except they don't spell it like a knight. Knicht. Yeah, no. What we're trying to do is become a master sword maker, sword swinger, monster fighter, just all-around cool person. Which, admittedly, is the plot of pretty much any anime. And I say any anime that looks like this. Yeah. Not a whole lot to talk about at this point. However, that will quickly change, as this game actually has quite a bit of depth to it. Okay, not really. Not by today's standards, but there's plenty to do. Okay, not really, but I like it. I like this game. So the game wants us to tell our mom our name is Pratty. I would love it if somebody tweets this to Chris Pratt, or I don't know, I think I know a guy named Pratt. Oh well. Let's not be Pratt. No, I actually quite like Pratt. Let's be Pratt. Pratt. Pratt Factor? Pratt Factory? Whatever it will allow. Pratt Factor. That's amazing. Yes, Pratt Factor. I'm Pratt Factor. Yeah, you just laugh it up, Pratt Factor. You sure showed her. And what's your job? And what's the expositional state of this intro? Yes, explain to me the entire premise of this game right here in this one sitting, as we humans are wont to do. Yeah, Very clever storytelling in this game. And it's right about now that I'm really missing a co-host, as I'm already out of things to say. I think at this point, I should just talk a bit about the state of this channel as I am right now. See, I am 2 days into a hangover, as it seems appropriate. But the first solo video I did, I was immensely drunk. I like to think this is the hangover from that drunkenness. I met up with Kyle the other day, and we had a great time. We hung out with a bunch of friends we didn't get to see for quite a while, and then I got hammered. While they were having fun, I was reeling about in my own stupor, and I found out I might be the only person among my friends who likes Manhattans. Partially because I very much like alcohol, and secondly because Manhattans, you have to brew them, like you have to mix them together with a bunch of stuff and then maybe filter it through a cherry or a twist of orange, and it's very tasty. But I felt like a drunk among friends who were drinking college beer, and I was drinking something that an alcoholic old man would be drinking. Now, I'm kind of just rambling at this point, but the larger point being, I'm still on speaking terms with Kyle. Fully expect him. I'm making promises on his behalf. Kyle, come back. Really, I mean, guest spot's always open. However, obviously, as I already said, he will not be a regular host. Unless he wants to be. Okay. I should maybe read a bit of this text. As right now, what we're doing is we actually have to enter a tournament of sorts. Like, we're already going through the tournament arc. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh! Did it, Pokemon did it, every freaking show ever has had a tournament arc. Naruto had one. I'm sorry, what? My water scooter? Oh, is it this? Yes, okay. So, anyway. This is a bit of a wonky game in terms of, well, I mean, I already said pretty much everything I could say about what's wrong with it. It is RPG Maker. Not the actual system. Oh, God. I already forgot I named her Pratt Factor. So, throughout this game, we're going to beat a bunch of other Chibets. And so we're already starting the tournament arc, so I believe this is the point where we get a dump of characters who are almost immediately going to be eliminated. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure this is a trick, but this is the master. Brawn. Yeah. And I would really like the gameplay to start so I will have something to talk about. Because this game has a number of things in common with a number of other games that are almost identical to this. What a redundant sentiment. I would draw the closest comparison to probably Tales of Fantasia. They both look like they were made in RPG Maker despite coming out before that engine. And yeah, no, the combat as well. Now, while the Tales series eventually evolved to bigger and better combat, and sometimes smaller and worse combat, depending on which game you're playing, this game is... I think it expects the player to pretend that this is a competent fighting game. In reality, this is a turn-based game, and everything that this game tells you will attempt to dissuade you from that opinion. Oh, second floor, come on. Yeah, here we are. So this... Yeah, thank you, officer. Oh no, Pratt Factor. It's starting. I'm gonna laugh every single time. Yeah, so here are some characters we're gonna be introduced to. Some of them have individual sprites. I don't seem to be allowed to move. I see. So there's a thing called a guardian beast. That has already, they're doing that expositional thing where characters talk to you like you don't know about it and your character is actually out of the loop. But luckily, this is all brushed under the rug pretty quickly, as even though we are the most likely to be eliminated in round 1, we end up winning the tournament. Spoiler alert, the good guy wins. And they're really talking down to us here that there are some masters of minerals and stuff. Oh man, he looks like a good guy. So there are a number of craft masters, and each of them makes really good weapons, I guess, and is really good at swinging said weapons at people who may or may not deserve it. Definitely not in the case of this guy. You know, you don't look particularly good either. And this guy looks the most like us. Most spiky-haired, plucky anime protag. So, yeah. More exposition in the form of, oh yeah, no, totally, this stuff happened while you weren't looking. This is the most important stuff, and it just didn't happen on screen. I was once given the piece of advice as a writer: what is the most interesting thing about the plot? Do you show that most interesting thing? And you would be shocked how many stories do not show the most interesting part of the plot. Like, the world was destroyed, and then the start of the story. Okay, well, you know, could we be seeing the world blow up? That might be an interesting thing. That might be interesting to see. But no, this is one of these games that deems its childlike anime hero to be the most interesting facet of the plot, even though this character really is just a brick. Oh, you look like a main character. I can't wait to be friends with you. You know, didn't I open this Let's Play by saying I like this game? I'm already just tearing it asunder. Yeah, there's another. God damn it. I hope you'll be good friends too. You know, I'm almost at a lack for words. That's not the way that sentence is usually said, but I'm just staring at this game, expecting something to happen, and it is not. I'm bracing myself in the wrong direction. So this is the big plot MacGuffin for now. We have to make a weapon to win the tournament, and right now our character has all of the blacksmithing skills of a beanbag chair. Yeah, alrighty then. So it looks like Mr. Man up here is going to let our masters help, which is probably going to be our main. I'm already losing it. I'm losing myself, let alone you, viewer, dear viewer, for whom I do everything. Okay. So, I don't mean to brag, but I can do all of this whole 15 minutes we've had thus far, in maybe a paragraph. I'm not really getting much characterization. I'm not really getting much backstory. People fight, people make things with help of animal. You want to do all three of those things. Game start. Okay. Well, and now, for the purpose of the people who want to skip the boring episode, I'm gonna cut this episode here. You're welcome.